Hey everyone, and welcome back to Death Was Easy. I know it has been a while, but we're here. Well, most of us. Before we get into intros and into the story, Abigail had a drop because of some personal issues, and Knots is sick at the moment, but they will be back with us next session. So we have these three lovely people here with me tonight. So before we get into where we left off and recap a little bit, and then into a very fun battle I have planned, we go around and introduce yourself, your pronouns, character pronouns, and your playbook. And we will start with Jet.
This is bullying. Hi, I'm Jet, also known as Cos Pingu. You can find me everywhere at Cos Pingu. Um, today my pronouns are they them, and today I'm playing Eris, whose pronouns are she, it, they. And the playbook is the divine. Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, cool. Miguel.
Hi, hello, howdy, and what's up, everybody? I'm Miguel. My pronouns are they, he. I will be playing Esteban, he, him, and my playbook is the Initiate.
Awesome. And Halloween.
Hello, I'm Halloween. Both my character's pronouns are she, they, and I'm playing Lydia, our gothy chosen one.
Awesome. And I'm Paige. My pronouns are she, her, and I will be playing everybody else. So recap last time because it has been a sec. I killed everybody. That was pretty much the premise of the first episode, because in order to be in the underworld, you have to be dead. So I systematically went through one by one and killed our party. 60% of the party killed by the same person. Who everyone hates. Heather, that bitch. As well as, I believe, the other was killed by a very evil vampire in Esteban. And then
not very evil, the worst.
The worst. 100% the worst. And then who killed?
I would like to say that Heather was actually the worst.
Semantics.
Debatable.
And then our other character was just, already dead. But we had a little flashback scene to how they died a while back. But our party adventured into the gates after being given their bodies back by Sharon before he disintegrated in front of their eyes as they went to the gates of hell. Went through the Temple of Styx and found 5 holy artifacts that they each claimed before advancing forward into what looks like an abandoned Colosseum. And before they could really get their bearings, they heard loud footsteps approaching, more like pounding towards the stadium as a giant skeletal Cereberus crested the top of the Colosseum and landed in front of them, not looking so friendly. So that is where we will pick up. Before we get into the combat, you see Cereberus look at the 5 of you, and you see him like kind of look at himself and then look at you. He doesn't like his odds. He opens his 3 mouths and breathes out this Mamaza, and once your guys' vision clears, it's only the 3 of you present. As he uses the very convenient power I made called 3 versus 3 to give him even odds. But there is no initiative in Monster of the Week, so what would you guys like to do?
Admittedly, I'm not sure what I can do because this is my first Powered by the Apocalypse game.
No, that's fair. Let me bring up. There should be a rules guide in the Roll20, or not the Roll20, the
game chat. Okay.
The game chat, yes, that should be pinned.
Okay, and then I just pick from that.
Yep, there's all the moves and stuff are in that reference sheet. You can kind of just kind of picture what you're gonna do, and then based on what you say, we can decide which move it'll be.
Gotcha. Okay. Somebody else please go first while I am struggling to find this.
So Eris. Oh.
No, please, you go.
Eris, being the guardian angel that she is, is going to pull out
very good track record of that.
Razor whip.
Okay.
And is gonna like
with the shield and the whip. You do not have your whip.
I don't have my our whip?
Nope. Your whip formed with your shield right now. At the moment, you only have the artifact weapon at the moment. You haven't found any of your familiar gear. So you have your shield.
Okay.
What would you like to do?
I don't know then.
Your shield is a weapon. It should have the range on it. If you want to attack with it from I believe yours is a distance and close range weapon, if I remember correctly.
Hand/far. How
Yep.
would that work? Do I throw it like
So-
Captain America style?
Yep. So you can either be up in front of him, bashing him with it, or you can throw it Captain American style, pretty much.
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna like throw it Captain America style and try to like smack Cereberus with it.
Okay. Give me a kick some
Please-
ass
please do.
roll and roll tough.
Right, 2d6.
Mm-hmm.
Is a 13?
Yeah, a 13 will do it. So on a 10 plus, you gain an extra effect. So on a 7 or higher, you both inflict harm on each other, and you get to choose, I believe, one. Oh no, so you both deal damage to each other, and you get to choose an effect from the list on a 10 plus. So you can either gain the advantage, take a +1 forward to your rolls, or give +1 forward to someone else in your group. You can inflict more harm to Cereberus. You can take less harm, or you can force them somewhere.
Can I give the +1 to Lydia?
Okay, sounds good. So you, what is your armor rating?
Me or
Eris.
How do I check that again?
It should
mind.
be on your sheet, on like the right side, I believe.
1 armor, but
Okay.
then the shield also gives 1 armor.
Yep. Okay, so you will take 1 damage back as your shield does. How much damage does your shield do?
2.
2. Okay. So yeah, you both ping off each other's armor as it bites, as it closes the gap quickly after getting hit in the snout, where you see it like a almost shining golden like slash across where its nose is, as it bites into your shoulder, each dealing 1 harm to each other after the armor. But it is now closed with you guys, as you see it hitting the shield, and as soon as the shield, Captain America latches back to Eris's arm, her other arm just bitten into by this hulking animal.
That's not great. I think I see this the chomp down, if you will, on the other arm, and I'd like to hopefully do. No, I guess not. I was say I want to roll to protect someone, but that's a prevent to harm, and it feels like harm's already been done here. So maybe that might not be the best. I think Esteban, I'm surprisingly calm in the situation for not having had a lot of, battle experience, if you will. Beefed it on my first field mission and all that. But I'd like to I sort of just say, though, like take a beat, take a big breath, and then just start looking around and sort of read the situation, if you will.
Okay.
You should try to get a line on what all is
Yeah,
happening here.
yeah.
Obviously, someone's getting eaten.
Yeah,
But,
roll me sharp.
Sure. I'm historically bad at that.
It'll be fine.
But we're gonna try anyway. This is wow. With a -1, it's a 10. That is a 10.
Okay, so that means you get to hold 3. You can
Cheesy
spend
Pete's.
them to answer questions. In Power by Podcast games, I never use the list of questions. You tell me 3 questions that you want to answer about this scene. It doesn't have to be now, but you have 3 questions to spend up until this battle ends.
Yeah. Obvious. First question. I need to get my homie out of this mouth.
Mhm.
And I'm like looking around for a way to make that happen.
I think with the jaw locked on, I think since this thing is fully skeletal, the easiest way to do it would be hit it on the jaw joint, which you can very clearly see because there's no muscle or flesh protecting it. If you can just hit under the hinge, it would probably knock her arm out.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna try to do that.
Okay.
Would that be a
Yeah,
kick some A?
kick some ass.
And I believe since I'm acting on the answer I got from read a bad situation, I get an additional +1
You
on
do.
that.
You add a +1 to your roll.
Awesome. Okay, so I'm just gonna, just Stygian blade in hand. I give a look at the little skull right there on the hilt, and I say, can we just help me out here? And then I just go for it.
Yeah, you go to swing. You see the eye almost wink at you with the light. There's like a shine of a light on one of the eyes.
You love to see it. That is going to 8 with
Okay.
my
So you
bonus.
both just deal harm to each other. So what is your armor rating and what is your damage for your weapon?
My damage, because I'm using a old-fashioned weapon and I have what's it called? Ancient Fighting Arts is a 2. And my armor, I believe, if I still have my old-fashioned armor, I don't know if I do.
Yeah, you still have any armor ratings you had.
And that's a 1.
Okay, cool. So yeah, you both deal 1 damage in each other because as you run up, you slash it in the skull, hitting that same head and doing damage to it as it releases Eris, only to feel claws scratch across your back and rake you down the back with 4 like deep gashes across your back. Lydia, anything you want to do?
I'm going to try and stab him in the foot and see if I can get him to fall down.
So you want to try to knock him prone? Right.
So do I just roll?
Yep.
I don't know what I add.
Roll plus your tough score.
Okay, so 9 minus 1.
Okay.
Does it matter that I'm stabbing with the spear thingy?
No, that doesn't give you any bonuses to hit. It just gives you bonuses to like different effects and attacks.
So that's an 8.
Okay. So
do I hit the dog?
You do hit the dog and you do a damage. You run up. Which head are you? I guess you're aiming for its feet, so it doesn't matter which head. So yeah, you run up to the closest feet, which is the left foot to you, and the only head that has not been in this fight looks down on you. And all 3 heads are going to activate a special ability this time, and they are going to open their mouths, and you see energy start to form. This is the roll that I had Morgan roll the 3d6 for the other night, Jet. As you see in front of Esteban, the head in front of you starts to form ice energy in its mouth. The head in front of Eris starts to form acid energy. And the one in front of Lydia starts to form this black, like necrotic type energy. I'm going to need you all to roll. Let's see. You can give me either a cool or a tough roll, your choice.
Okay.
7 plus 2 for cool, so 13 cool.
Okay, cool.
For Lydia.
10.
8.
Okay, so Lydia and Eris, you were able to dive completely out of the way. Esteban, it glances and hits you. You can either take half damage in the status effect, or you can spend luck to try to avoid it. Just that luck isn't always an option to try to avoid attacks, but you only get so much. I think you are all at 4 at the moment.
Oh shit. Never mind. No, yeah, I'll just take it. I'm just gonna take that.
So you are going to take 2 points of cold damage, and you are going to get hit with a knockback effect, which sends you flying into the stadium wall and prone.
Does my armor still absorb 1 of that harm?
No, this is after damage. So
got it. Cool. Okay.
As you're just like iced over to the wall for a second before it shatters, and you just like land in a like little grouping of ice and snow at your feet, and a lot of blood too.
Not the best.
So you are at, I believe, 3 harm now, right?
That sounds right.
Okay, cool. Who wants to act? You guys see you're doing damage to it, but it's quickly doing damage to you as well. We'll mention there's other moves in the playbook that also are applicable. You can always use magic for stuff. If you have magic, you can always... there's some alternate weird moves in the reference sheet if you think any are applicable to your character, and then your playbook moves might also have stuff too. Combat situations and these type of systems aren't always just attack. There can be other options you can do. And it's our first combat, so.
How do you know if you have magic? Is that like just what the weird thing
You,
is? Or...
you have magic.
Okay.
You do for sure. Eris does for sure. I'm not sure about Esteban. Esteban, what's your weird score?
2.
Oh, yeah, then you're good. If your playbook has it, or if you have a +2 to your weird score, you have magic, and you all three meet the criteria then. So if you can think of something you want to use a magic roll, you can roll weird. And there's a huge list of effects that magic can do. It's also me not pushing you to use magic, because it could also backfire if you fail your roll.
I think I'm going to, keeping my shield on my arm.
Mhm.
I'm gonna run up and like punch, but like use my smite to do that, because my unarmed attack can cause 2 harms if I smite.
Yeah, go for it. Just you want to punch the puppy in the face?
I'm gonna punch the puppy in the face.
You heard it here. Jed hates puppies.
I feel bad. This sucks. I wanted to pet the puppy, but not like this. I rolled 2 1s +2, so 4. I don't punch the puppy.
Yeah, so go ahead and mark experience, and you are going to take a point of damage as you go to punch it in the face, and it just opens its mouth and locks onto your arm and just bites down. And it lifts you up in the air, and it's just shaking you back and forth like a chew toy. So the two of you see this. Cereberus has a new plaything.
I see under the magic effects that I could summon a monster. Could I summon something to help us fight, so that makes it a 4 against a 3-headed thing?
So way magic is, you say you want to roll, and then if you succeed, you tell me what you're trying to do. If it's a 10 or higher, it happens. If it's a 7 to 9, something else is going to happen on top of it.
Okay, well, I would like to summon something to help us fight.
Yeah, roll weird.
So that's 7 before my weird score, and I have 2 to weird, so that's a 9.
9 works in perfectly. So you choose your effect and a glitch, and I decide what the glitch will do. So pick one effect and one glitch. So you pick summon a monster into this room.
Summon a monster.
What glitch?
I'll take 1 harm.
Okay.
From it.
So yeah, you feel a horn pierce through your shoulder as you cast this magic and do 1 harm to you. And as you look up, you see the form of a minotaur form in front of you with a battle axe. And you hear almost like the echo of a crowd cheer from the Colosseum. Minotaur, Minotaur, Minotaur. And it's going to go straight at it and try to attack it. So I'm actually going to make a roll for once in this game. Let me get 2d6 up.
We have a comrade.
He rolled a 6, but I'm going to give him +2 to tough because he is a bull. So they do 1 damage to each other, and you see them kind of like, the horns go up into one of the jaws, but it also like bites around the torso, and they're just like locked with one of the heads. Cereberus is looking weak. The bones are looking a little brittle, but he's still standing.
I'd like to use my hold from my read a bad situation to find out what is the most vulnerable to me right now. On my knees, coughing up blood, all of that.
The most vulnerable to you personally, or to like in this battle, you mean?
Sure, that second one. That sounds good.
I think you're realizing that being in close range with this thing's probably not for the best. And it is bone, so especially if you're training, I'll give you a little bit more skeletal and undead enemies, typically that you learn through your Monster Hunter training, are particularly weak to blunt force damage. It's like stabbing and slashing type of tests will hurt it, but if you can do something to just like jar into it with blunt force to the bone, you can snap it and do a lot more.
Hmm. Um. Then I would look for any sort of like a big loose stone or something that I could potentially move with some magic
Yeah,
to
you want to try to
just
use some magic to like heave some of the rubble around here at it.
yes,
Go for it.
100%.
Use a roll me weird.
Plus that weird, and I'm still intensely reading this situation. Oh my lord! Even in this economy, that is gonna be a 14.
Oh shit.
Ooh.
Yeah. With that, I'm gonna give you a little more extra here. As it does what you do is you raise your hand and like one of the actual like pillars raises up and just smashes through the back end of this, taking its whole like hindquarters off of the body and shattering it. So it's gonna take 2 harm from that. Is it's just now on its front paws, like kind of leaning forward, but still the one head in the middle is still supported enough to just shake Eris around in the air. But it looks like it's barely holding on at this point after that. Eris, you are in this thing's mouth. You see it just get shattered in half. What do you want to do?
Uh, with my one hand, in the mouth, I'm gonna take and just pound right, not into my arm, but into the dog's
Into the
face.
dog's face.
Because if you like boop the snoot hard enough, they'll let go.
Yeah, just
Mhm.
roll higher than a
Just
7
watch.
on this tough roll, and you will take out this monster.
Please. Okay, so that is it's 7 plus 2, so
So,
yeah,
so you take 1 more point of damage as it locks
9.
in, but you get the shield back, and you just do like the Iron Man to Hulk, go to sleep, start bashing it on its nose with the shield until eventually you just start to hear a crackle sound, and then the bones kind of like fall down into pieces as you drop to the ground. And as you do so, the Minotaur just fades away. But your companions are gone, and you guys are up, and things are quiet once more. And as the bones start to disintegrate in front of your eyes, they start to like turn to ash, and just kind of get swept away. In place of the ashes are 3 vials of very deep red liquid that seem to beckon to you guys.
I'm gonna go help Eris's character up and be like, "Are you okay?"
Yeah, I still have my arm. I'm good.
You, Esteban? And I'm gonna like kind of brush some extra snow off of you too.
Mhm. Yeah, I kind of picked myself up and it's like, yeah, I didn't know being dead would hurt this much. But I'm here. I kind of walk over to the vials and say, I may have spent a lot of years back in the archives and research rooms and stuff, which gave me a lot of time to play Mega Man, and usually that what is this?
You do have a question left if you want to spend it real quick before it goes away.
Oh, that's right, yeah. As part of my reading situation, I'd like to know what the hell it is.
Yeah, as you approach the vials, your sword starts to glow.
Oh, oh.
And if any of the others follow you towards them, their weapons will also glow as you get closer to this liquid.
I think these are meant for us, y'all.
I'm gonna poke it gently with this spear.
As you do, the vial shatters and the liquid races up the spear, and like a third of
Drops
the
it.
weapon seems to like become brand new. It doesn't heal the whole thing, but like the tip of your spear is just looks like it was just made. It's like very durable, heavy steel metal now instead of that crackling rust that it was before.
I do the same.
Same effects for your sword. Like the first third of the tip of the blade revitalizes into this black and crimson color that seems to just gleam in the light. And for the shield, the shield part itself still looks rusted and cracked, but the spikes around it seem to shine, and they look like a familiar whip has almost lodged itself into the shield. And as you look at the back of the shield, you see a coil of leather around it, like wrapped into the shield itself. If anyone watching has played Hades, you guys all just found a vial of Titan's blood.
Okay.
What would you guys like to do? It is quiet. You guys can take time to recover. You can look around. You can advance. What would you guys like?
Is there like an action for helping people recover?
So recovery just takes time. Especially, I don't think anyone got more than 3 harm, right?
Right.
Yeah. So if no one got more than 3 harm, then you are not unstable. They're just minor wounds. When you're between 1 and 3 harm, if one of their players take time to do first aid to you, or you take time to do first aid, or if you just take time to rest, you'll heal a harm. You can only heal 1 harm at a time, but each time you rest or heal yourself, you can get more. So we can only do it once per scene.
Who else got hurt?
I took an ouchie.
I only took 1 ouchie the entire time. I watched you take at least 2 ouchie.
Yeah, I mean,
I got
Yeah, Lydia looks like
got
a
3
little
ouchie.
bit up, but Lydia, when you look at the other
Mhm.
two of them, Eris's
They look
arm
rough.
does not look great. It looks like it's very, very hanging off their body at this point. Well, like if they were real, they would probably bleed out. Like if they were really alive, but since they're dead, it seems that like they're still holding on. But like there's just barely anything hanging there. And then for Esteban, like their back is just open. Like there's nothing on their back. It's just like you can see red and flesh. It's not great.
A comment. It feels like a really bad sunburn back here. I can't really see it though.
Yeah, you're rocking a little more in a sunburn there, darling.
Oh boy. Yeah, I was afraid of that.
Can I try and put Eris's arm back into socket?
Yeah, you can set it. It doesn't stay great because a lot of the muscle has just been torn through, but somehow they're still able to move it somewhat. It's a lot of saliva on the arm too, after being a chew toy for a good few minutes there.
Yikes.
Is there like a limit to how many times I can use my like my special moves at all, or
And not unless it
because I
says
have lay on
otherwise.
hands?
What's lay on hands say?
That I can touch or heal any injury or disease, and when I use lay on hands on somebody who's hurt, on someone's, I roll plus cool, and on a 10 plus, I heal 2 harm or an illness. On a 7, it just heals.
Okay, I'll say you can use it once a scene per character, so you could use it on each of them once in this scene. So I think with that and rest, you would heal them up if you roll a 10. So you can go for it. So who you rolling for first? Esteban or Lydia?
Esteban.
Okay.
A 7.
Okay, so that heals him 1, right? Okay, so yeah, you see, you put your arm like you almost don't want to touch it at first, but you like touch the shoulder above where the flesh is missing, and you see it start to knit itself back together. But there's still like a basketball-sized hole in the middle of their torso that hasn't fully healed over.
Lydia was also a 7.
And Lydia, I think, only took 1 damage. So Lydia, you're just the bite marks on you just completely knit itself back together.
And then touching myself, I got a 10.
Of course, you roll best when you're touching yourself as you heal back up to 1. So yeah, the arm reattaches, but it's like there's still a lot of scar and like the bite mark hasn't gone away and still bleeding a little bit. So I believe Lydia is fully healed. Eris is at 1, and Esteban is at 2 now. Do you
I have
guys?
like a leg cramp right now.
What does everyone want to do?
Looking around, is there any other doors in this area?
Looking across from where it jumped over the Colosseum, there is another tunnel on the other side of the Colosseum, opposite the one you guys came into this place from.
There's a door. We can try going deeper in, unless that dog's scared us all too much. Looks over at Eris where the arm is still half repaired.
No, I'm good.
We just put the shield on that side maybe this time.
It's good thinking.
No.
So is everyone heading down into the tunnel?
I am.
Yep.
You guys head through and you come down some stairs, and it seems like the stairs take quite a while. But after about like 20 or so minutes, you come into like a room. You see a broken fountain in one corner. Well, it looks like a last case of items that have they all like kind of burnt out, like they've been overused. And you see 2 fountains in the corner. One like broken and dripping with purple liquid, and one just a very bright red blood just draining from the wall into the fountain. And then you see another set of stairs opposite of the ones you come in.
Can I touch the red fountain?
Sure. Roll weird for me.
7 plus 2 is 9.
Okay. Let's see what happens here. You have the spear, correct?
Mhm.
Okay. Roll me a d12. Or, yeah, roll me a d12 if you have one in range. If not, you can, in the roll 20, you can hit /R d12, and it should roll it, I believe.
I have a d12.
Okay, cool.
3.
3. Okay.
I had my D&D dice still up on my desk.
So as you do that and you touch it, there's a surge of magic, and you feel something reach out and grab your spear from your side and pull it into the fountain in your hand that's already there.
Mm-hmm.
And something, you don't know what happens, but
Can I pull back?
yeah, you pull it back. You see your weapon seems to be gleaming a little bit for a second, but then settles back down. And so I have to note something.
Turns around. Y'all, maybe don't touch this red thing.
Noted.
Okay.
I go look at the other fountain, but I don't touch it. I just kind of want to see what it's all about. We can figure that out.
Sure. Just making a note. One sec. Okay.
Note just says, my sister is stupid.
Yep, totally what I wrote. 100%. Yeah, you go up to the purple fountain. What do you want to do? You just want to investigate it? You want to use magic? Or you just trying to try to like do what Lydia did and just play with it?
Oh, absolutely not that. Yeah, I just want to give this thing a look over. See if I can decipher what it's all about before I go around touching anything.
Yeah, roll sharp.
Oof. Yeah. Classically good at that.
Hey, last time you rolled really great. Last time you rolled.
But this time I rolled a 4.
Okay, mark experience.
Yeah.
It's purple liquid. It's not blood. You know it's not blood. Maybe magical, but it's a little outside your wheelhouse.
I let everyone know. This one's not blood. I know that much. But if someone wants to touch it, you can't. I don't think I'm going to. I smell it. What does it smell like?
Smells like whatever Esteban's favorite food is.
I start to reconsider my initial assessment. But actually, y'all,
What does
this
it
one
smell
may be-
like, Esteban?
It's like they're it's like it's like a whole dish, right? Because
Mhm.
certain things are gonna have like or elicit different smells, right? But like it's like a plate with a nice serving of like a Mexican Spanish rice, if you will, along with some beans, uh refried. No lard though, just like your regular oil,
Mhm.
little blendy kind of thing. They come out better that way anyway. Like you don't need the lard. Anyway, tomato. Use enough garlic and onion and salt, and they come out great. But with like a right little cheese blend on top, and then like 2 enchiladas right out of the oven with this sort of like creamy red sauce, covering them, right. Also cheese on top with it's like almost like a sweet and spicy scent coming out of the sauce, right? Like the sauce is like the main focus here, right?
My
That's
mouth is watering right now.
that's like yeah, the real but like everything else around it,
Mhm.
right, that comes with it is what completes the set, completes the odor.
Mhm.
And that's
Yeah, and
it's just like this
as
complete
you're
flash.
breathing it in, it's just so potent. It's almost like you're tasting this meal and remembering the last time
Mhm.
you had it. It just you're like basking in it.
No, that's exactly it's like a visceral memory. It's not even like
Roll me,
the idea of eating it.
roll me cool.
Oh, I'm so not cool.
Out of
mood.
character, are we all going to Miguel's house for supper? Like,
Yeah,
I mean,
seriously, that
honestly.
sounds so much better than like the Cheerios I
So
had
to
before
celebrate the
session.
finale, we just have Miguel cook for us, is what I'm hearing.
It's a
Mhm.
6.
Yeah.
Is what it is. My roll.
Okay. It beckons you forward. You just really need to taste this to see if it's what it smells like.
I mean, I guess I'm gonna have to, obviously. It is 5 experience. That's like a 2 advance.
Awesome, love that for you.
roll so bad.
As you do so, I
Mhm.
am. Let's see. Roll me.
This is what I get for smelling things.
You were insulting me for touching them, but you're about to eat whatever this purple fluid is.
Roll me.
No,
D,
yeah,
roll
no, I
me.
take it all
roll
back.
me a D10.
Ooh, yeah, got it. 1 second. How about a 4?
So, as you start to eat this liquid, it's almost like liquid's a very loose term. It is very goopy substance, like a very thick slime. And as you just pull it, it does taste similar to what you smell at first.
Love that.
And
for
then
me.
you feel a very deep burn in your chest. Like the worst heartburn magnified like 1,000. And you start to puke up this purple liquid back up. And you look up and you see this red spear symbol glow above your head briefly before it sinks into your body.
Right in my biz. Got it.
Did the rest of us see him do this?
You did. You saw all of that. You even saw the symbol above his head.
now, children, what are y'all doing? Eris is
only
like,
touched it.
the responsible adult here. Yeah.
Totally. Track record of being very
Missing a
responsible.
shoulder. Yeah.
You see someone had literally stuck their hand in the one fountain and the other one eats slime and pukes it up.
I thought this was something it wasn't. Maybe I don't. What happened here?
But yeah, as they both withdraw from it, you do see the liquid in both fountains drain out and disappear. And there's just 2 empty fountains in the corner.
Oh boy.
Definitely something wrong there at all.
Fascinating.
What was Eris doing during this? Just watching
Standing
as other
over
two-
y'all judging. just watching this happen, like
I say and try to seem like I'm keeping calm, but it's very obvious that I'm like, I'm sure this will be fine. I'm sure we're both just fine. This is all new to all of us, and maybe we just keep going and not talk about this ever again. So I'm like wiping just whatever off of myself.
Well, we investigated the fluids. What about this case? Eris, since you're the mature adult here, why don't you go look at it?
okay. I can do that.
Okay. So you look into the case. You see a bunch of little items in there that all look either burnt or charred, or like some are like half there, crumbling away. You see what looks like a little tooth, maybe a collar, a bracer. Is that a broken hourglass? Just different little trinket type items that may have had a use at some point, but you can feel if your magic just ambiently they've been burnt out beyond use. Like someone used these items too many times and they just do not have the charge anymore.
These items aren't we can't use them. They're too destroyed.
And as you're looking it over, give me a straight luck roll. Roll me 2d6 and tell me if you roll higher than a 10. Or 10 or higher, I should say.
Eight.
You don't notice anything. Yeah, like I said, seems like it's been burnt out. All the items seem to be beyond use. Yeah. You guys like to advance? Or is there anything else in here you want to look at? The only other thing was the other fountain, which is just broken. And you can see like water drying is very moist still in the stone.
Mm-hmm.
Don't touch that. Don't eat it.
Yeah, noted.
Of the two, I think he definitely did worse than I.
Turns out.
Yeah.
Yeah, as Esteban speaks, you kind of smell what he ate, and it smells like what you guys like to eat too, but it smells very diluted. Like you can smell the sourness behind it too.
I apologize. I don't know what happened here, but we've obviously all learned a lesson.
Well, let's go further, and I'm putting Eris in charge. Maybe you can protect us from ourselves this go.
Seconded.
Yep. I can protect you this time.
This time.
Yeah, Eris, why don't you roll?
I don't know.
Eris, why don't you roll cool for me?
Oh no.
Just in the background, like, I don't know what this time means, but all right. Pats you on the back.
Oh, cool. That 4.
Mark experience. You just feel a deep, soul-crushing amount of guilt at that, and you're gonna have -1 to your next roll from the
I'm so
emotional
sorry.
damage that you just received.
Why do I open my mouth?
You guys see Eris kind of like shoulder slump, like, yeah, this time, and then just kind of walk past you guys and then down the stairs.
I'm looking at Esteban. Guess they're real touched about us touching things.
I suppose so.
But yeah, as you guys advance down the stairs, you appear in Elysium proper, and you see 2 gated doors ahead of you. With there's like 2 glass orbs above each door. One is like they are kind of hazy symbols at much, but as you approach, they clear up. One looks like a hammer, and the other looks like a gold coin.
I look at Eris.
I
Expecting a
also look at
decision.
Eris.
I'm just like looking back and forth between the two. I'm gonna go towards the gold coin.
Okay. And as you approach, you hear like almost like a Mario-esque coin sound as the door opens in front of you. And you see blackness. There's no visible sight of through the door as it opens. And the other door's orb goes dark.
That's not ominous at all. This way?
Let's go.
Following.
Yeah, you guys head in and like instantly, almost blindingly, light shines in your eyes as you look across a chamber. Very fancy setup. You see like shrubbery here and like beautiful trees around, and it's like almost kind of built like the Colosseum in a little bit of ruin, but the same kind of architecture throughout this area, like shining blue tiles and stone everywhere. And everyone roll me sharp as you appear in this room.
Ooh, that's gonna be
6.
5.
All the experience tonight.
a 9.
So Eris and Lydia mark experience. They start to pull ahead of you, Esteban, but you stop them for a second as you hear what sounds like wheels like hitting against tile, that little clackety clack sound of wheels spinning around and like driving through. And you peek up ahead and you see these little like mini chariots with what looks like little firecrackers on the back and a couple bigger ones that, and they all seem to be like looking around the room slowly as the door opened, but they haven't spotted you guys yet. You see another door at the end of this room open already, and you see a little coin purse in front of that door.
I kind of catch it. I catch the other two before.
Yeah, you can
Going
catch
into
them
group.
before.
And I say, these things look not great. And judging by how things went with the three-headed skeleton dog, maybe avoiding conflict and getting there, and I point at the door before they see us is I don't know. It's just an idea.
Looking around the room, do we like blend in well enough that we could like stealth, you think?
So you see there's a lot of like those shrubberies are on like little raised like stone what are the things that fly, like the burrow things that flowers in, like the trench looking like wooden
Oh, yeah.
containers. There's a bunch of those throughout the room. So if you would time it right when they're moving around, you could probably go from one to the other, try to work your way around.
I would like to point this out to the group. Y'all, what if we like Mission Impossible this? You know, do, and we dive behind that one, and then we dive behind that one, and then we go get that coin purse on the other side of the room. Maybe that's why there was a coin on the door. And then we get the hell out of the room before they see us.
Yes.
Should we all sneak or should just one of us go?
Unless
You
we
know, I
want a
had that same
distraction.
thought.
This is gonna sound bad. You know, like when you drop like a dish on the ground, how it does a thing? Like it spins and then it does that? What if we did that to your shield and like we yeeted the shield across the room? Had it like hit the wall so they're distracted and we can get most of the way over. Create some other distraction, like grab a flower pot or something, throw it back, smash it on the other side of the room, get them to run back. We grab your shield, grab the coins, and we go.
Okay. A plan's a plan.
It's
The
fun.
way I will,
No.
who has the highest cool score?
I have 2 cools.
I'll go 1.
Those are both more than I have. So.
Okay. So Lydia, go ahead and roll cool, and you can have a +1 because this is a group effort.
Okay, 5 and 2 is 7, plus 2 is 9.
And then +1 from the help will make
Plus
it a 10.
1 is a 10.
So yeah,
Yeah.
goes off without hitch. You throw the shield across the room, it clatters, and all the little ones rush it, and you see they explode around the shield instantly as they get close to it. And you, as it clears, the shield's there. There's a crater around the shield. It's like on like a pillar where the ground used to be. And you see the other two bigger ones like ramming into the wall and like not taking any damage, but you see the room is starting to shake as you guys run across. And as you grab the coin purse and the shield snaps back to Eris's arm, there they disappear. And you each have 20 drachmas. So that was a very wise move not to get seen by those little dudes. They each would have done 2 damage per hit, and there were 6 of them.
Yikes.
Woof.
But yeah, as you guys grab the coin pouch, the door that's open in front of you glows, and there's just a picture of like a waterfall in the orb above the door. You guys head through.
I look
Yes.
expectingly at Eris, our new leader.
Our new leader.
Yep.
Let's go, children.
Takes Eris's hand.
So yeah, you guys,
Like being led by mom.
you guys go through the door, and as you blink, like the light comes on slower this time. It's like you see torches on the side, and you're in a boat, and you look around for a second, and you hear water, like slamming down, and as the light gets brighter, you see a waterfall as you guys go over the edge, and that's where we're going to take our break.
Okay.
Oh,
So we will be back in about 15 minutes all, and see where this waterfall leads our party. I'm sure it'll be fun.
somewhere great. I bet.
Obviously.
I hope I can swim
See you guys soon.
because I can't IRL.
everyone, and welcome back. So before the break, our group started to make their way through Elysium, avoiding the dangers of the first room and seeing half the room get blown apart by these little chariot things. Getting some money, and then going down a waterfall as you guys go through the river Styx, as you go down high speed and crash into the liquid, almost to like you feel like you're gonna drown for a second before you get pulled, and as you guys gasp for air, you wake up in a very large chamber room with a large fountain at the end of the room, and you see a few doors in the corner going forward.
Is there water in the fountains?
There is. It's actual water.
Okay, I was gonna say, can I touch the?
Yeah, you can touch the water.
It's not gonna do anything to me this time.
You touch the water and you heal back to full.
Oh, solid.
As you guys found a healing chamber room because I rolled really good for you guys, so congratulations.
I would like to also
Yeah.
do that.
I touch water.
You touch water and you heal up. As you didn't really notice it because of the adrenaline and shock, but you literally feel flesh return to the middle of your back, Esteban.
It itches.
It itches insanely.
Mm-hmm.
And your arm fully heals and fully reattaches now, and scars disappear from your arm, Eris.
Nice.
I'm like
Yeah.
feeling around my back like this.
Once
so
you
like a
once
had
you
back
guys
here.
fully heal up, you see the
Right.
water disappear as it disperses around your guys' body, healing you up to full. You see two more of those familiar gate doors ahead of you. Nothing else seemed to be of note in here. So you guys can look around, you can advance. It's up to you.
Can we see any sort of difference between the two doors? Like anything to distinguish
As you
one
approach,
from the other?
one door has... how do I do this time? One door has a purple teardrop above it. And the other has... This is me trying to think of all the Hades door perks from memory.
Literally every single godly boom option ever.
We'll see the other one. You see like a cornucopia of fruit, like different fruits kind of like paired together.
I look at them both and then turn to the group with a very knowledgeable look on my face. Go, that one, there's a gang back there. So I know this from NYPD Blue. This other one, underwear. I'd like to pause and note that Esteban spent decades in the archives researching. Yes, he was part of a group that saved the world from the unknown and the dark and the supernatural time and time and time again. But you know what he did? He made everyone's care package. He made sure everyone's little napkins were tight in their little, right there next to your gun and this and that. He did the research. He did the Googling. He did here's your map. Here's your route. Here's how you get there. He wasn't always right.
I would like to point at the purple and be like, Esteban, ain't that the shit you ate earlier?
I don't recall doing that. So
No, because it looks like a
Teardrop.
purple water drop.
Is that okay? Yeah, fine. That's the thing I puked. I still think that one's underwear.
I do agree. I think that one's underwear.
Thank you.
Eris, don't you think that one looks like the underwear logo?
You are the boss, after all.
Underwear logo? She's
And-
so lost.
And I'm gonna like reach into my pants and like pull it up so you can see that my character is wearing Fruit of the
You're
Loom
wearing Fruit of the
underwear.
Loom underwear.
There's no actual cornucopia. It's just the fruit.
It is just the fruit, but on their actual package there is the cornucopia.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Lydia just flashes you her underwear, Eris.
As one does.
This one does, yeah.
In Eris's mind, maybe it's fine that I failed her as a guardian.
You're not wrong. I didn't even know you existed,
Damn.
so
Your fucking intrusive thought.
I don't goop that Esteban ate or underwear. I think the underwear might be safer.
I agree. What are they gonna have? Exploding underpants? And I'm gonna step forward and like try and hit that door so it'll open.
Yeah, the door
Oh,
opens.
boy.
As you step closer and get within like a foot of it, it just opens up, and the other orb
Mhm.
on the other door clears, like the last room you were in. Okay, you guys enter this room.
Mm-hmm.
Another similar setup with like the blue tiles and rots and little areas around.
Mhm.
A little bit of a longer hallway, but in the hallway you see that little fruit just trying to float in there. It seems eerily quiet in here as you enter the hallway.
Point at the floating fruits. You know, the last time I touched something, I puked. So I'm going to leave that alone. But if one of you wants to figure it out,
Technically, the last time you touched something, it healed you. The water in that room, you know?
doesn't count. That was already been vetted previously, so I don't know that counts. But
All right. Well, since it seems to be my thing, I'll touch it.
No, you may not. I will touch it instead.
I just imagine you go bad, bad cultist.
As you guys are in the hallway and kind of getting your bearings, why doesn't everyone roll me a weird roll?
Oh no.
Oh
how weird a
no.
roll should we?
How very strange. How very weird.
Ooh,
5.
that is
9 plus 2 is
Mark
11.
experience.
10.
Man, I've only just so many advancements in this session at this point between a couple of you.
It did. I had an advancement today.
Nice. You will be able to choose those after session when we do stars and wishes. But yeah, those of you who rolled really good, you feel a pulse of magic in the room as you guys step in, and you see these two pink orbs float down and land at the end of the room. And you see butterflies start to sprout from them. And they start to approach you.
Point them out. Hey, there's 2, and they're coming this way.
Holding
Little floaty.
spear. Unsure of butterflies.
Mm-hmm. I look at the other 2 to sort of like take a cue. What am I supposed to be doing here? Yep. And I'm like sort up, like, let's go.
Okay.
But also, I don't know, they're butterflies. They're not that. Can't be that bad, right?
Sure, they're not that bad. Some of them
He
approach
said
and
before he
land on
died.
a couple land on your sword, Esteban, and your sword starts to
Mhm.
sizzle.
They can
And
be that bad.
before the butterflies disintegrate.
Sizzle like a bad sizzle or like a
Your sword
threat?
is like steaming hot.
Yeah, so again, I'm still asking, like, is that like bad? Because I'm thinking like a Pitbull song, that would be very good. Um,
You see like visible steam rising from your blade from how hot the blade had turned on contact from
Okay,
the
that's not good.
butterflies. Yeah.
I rescind my previous statement to the group. I say these are bad, we should run.
And you see like these orbs are slowly floating towards you. They're moving like a few inches every minute. Like they're not moving that fast, but the butterflies are just continuously swarming out from them and towards you guys and slowly starting to fill the hallway.
Underpants is bad. Let's go.
I'm switching my spear around so I have like the stick out from me and the knife side towards me, but I'm not holding the knife. I'm gonna just start swinging it like a baseball bat, trying to knock butterflies out of the air.
Okay. Give me a hit some ass roll. It's a roll tough.
So
To try to force your way through this
yeah,
swarm.
drop one of my die. 2 and 5 is 7. Minus 1 is 6.
It's a mark experience. As you rush into the swarm, and you try to swing into a swarm, and they just disperse and then grab onto you, and your whole body. It feels very familiar as your whole body starts to burn again. As you take 2 points of fire damage as these fire, like you just see Lydia covered in butterflies, like completely, and then they disintegrate, and Lydia's just covered. It looks like 3rd-degree burns over their whole body.
So that's 2 harm.
Yep, 2 harm.
I think I've seen this before, and I didn't like the ending.
Yeah, Eris, roll cool.
Butterflies bad. Butterflies are very bad.
7.
Okay, you're good that time. It definitely, you definitely flash back to that, but you're able to hold. You're like, but she's in danger again, but burdened. I gotta stay cool in this moment, not freak out. You know what Eris like to do. So you see, like the butterflies themselves seem to be like, as they touch something, they just disappear. So I would say that you guys can glean from that. You either want to rush through these somehow without getting hit, or take out the source.
Are we able to like to leave the room to like backtrack, or do we have to go
So you,
forward?
if you
I think
look
we have
over,
to
if
go
you look over your
forward.
shoulder, there's no open door. It's just wall.
Okay, I'm a yell, follow me, and I'm gonna grab Lydia's like spear that she's holding on to and like kind of try dragging her with that as I just try to like book through it.
Just try to run through it. Roll me to protect someone. So I believe that is also a tough roll. Yeah.
Eight.
Okay. So yeah, you pull them through and you cover them with the shield, but as you're running through the swarm, you get about like half of the room. You do feel burns on your back as they're like attacking you specifically because you're not protecting yourself in this moment. So you will take one. You will take one harm. What would you like to do, Esteban?
I'd like to. I want to be like the caboose, if you will. And as we're running through, do the best that I can with my sort of like swat anything off, like that the shield that's coming around the shield, you
Okay.
know. I don't know if that would reduce this at all or just prevent
Well,
further
you can't
harm,
protect
or-
someone who's protecting someone, unfortunately.
Got it. Makes sense.
You can either try to hit some ass to try to get some of this out of the way and damage some of these projectiles where they hit you guys, or you can try to use some type of magic thing if you can think of something in this moment.
I suppose, Eris, are we gonna just continue moving and then sort of like, are we ramming these things? Is that what's happening, or are we just trying to like survive and make it through the rest, through the room past them?
Survive.
Okay. And I want to help our advancement then in that case, since I can't protect Eris from this, and just sort of like I want to use some weird magic and like reinforce the shield, if you will, so that if we do have to ram through anything, it is smoother sailing.
Yeah, roll me weird in this moment as you try to feel deep down for a solution to this. As this room slowly just pink at this point of how many butterflies are swarming around the three of you. Does not look good.
No. Okay, 6. That's a 6.
Ooh. Okay.
Oh no.
So,
Mm-hmm.
I'll give you two options here. They're both bad, but
yeah, I bet.
First one is because I'm letting you. I had you roll for an alternate weird basic move. Didn't make this interesting. So you trusted your gut, and it did not give you the right answer here. You feel a solution to try to like charge through a certain area, and the gap quickly closes. As it closes, you can either A, push the two of them forward. They will clear the door and grab the thing to end in this, but you will take 4 damage and suffer an unstable wound. Or you can brace the three of you and you'll all take damage, but you'll all take 2 damage. And you'll only advance a little bit further into the room.
Hmm.
You can either spread the damage or you can take a bigger wound for yourself.
I think. Esteban digs down and he thinks about what he would have done to protect his family if he could have.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to take that all and then get the other two through.
So you guys both feel a hand on each of your backs push you forward as you go through this quickly closing hole of butterflies, and you both reach out and touch the floating cornucopia fruit. And as you do, you just hear the loud, piercing scream of Esteban behind you as all these butterflies close in. And as the room steals and these pink orbs disappear, you see Esteban in very bad condition, laying there, complete, fully burnt. Like Lydia's 3 degree burns. Esteban looks crispy, like their skin is literally blackened from how deeply they are burned, and it's kind of like their skin's kind of cracked everywhere.
Can we administer first aid to Esteban?
Yeah, you can rush over and administer first aid.
What kind of roll is that?
1 second. I'll say with this, the way you can do this is this is a new scene. So Eris can roll their lay on hands, and Lydia, you can help with that. So roll your lay on hands ability and add a +1 to whatever you normally add to it as you guys rush over to them.
Yikes. 6.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to want to take hold. It's so severe damage. Like you try, but it's just everywhere, and it just doesn't, like, it's not, your magic's not taking hold on their body. This is an unstable wound, so you will need to heal somewhat soon, or it will get worse. But you're not in immediate danger right now, and you can still move. So that's the one you kind of starts to stir. You literally feel like you've been dipped in acid. It's so painful, but you can slowly start to move your body around as you see your 2 comrades beside you.
Mm-hmm. I can try to get up. I try to play it off like it's nothing, but obviously I'm not doing a very good job. I go, yeah, it's I stayed too long in a tanning bed once. It was I got pranked by these guys. It's fine. This kind of feels like that. Oh, what? What's the weird symbol over the door on this one? We can keep going.
As he says that, you guys hear, like, I don't know how to describe this sound, but you hear like something flake off, and you look down, and 2 of the fingers on Esteban's left hands have just fallen off.
I think I needed those.
What was the fruit thing that was in the room?
Yeah. All of your weapons will get a bonus effect after the session. So like those little effects that are listed after, like close, far, bleed in, whatever, all the weapon effects, you'll get to pick a status effect for your weapon after this.
Well, that's nice.
Little fruit boon.
I was hoping it might be like, oh, special fruit to heal all wounds.
Yeah, nope. I was expecting like, the burrito or something, but
the little cornucopias in the game, or they give you a +1 level to like an effect you already have. That's how they work.
I attempt to use magic to heal him.
Like you want to use the magic move to try to heal?
Yeah, use magic. Because one of the effects is heal 1 harm.
Yeah, we'll say if you can roll high enough, you will knocked him out of unstable at least.
I need to put my dice tray back up on here. So 6 plus 2 is 8. Weird.
Okay, so it happens, but you have to choose a glitch as well. So you can take off 1 point of harm, Esteban, and you are no longer unstable.
Hey, how about that?
So you're at least somewhat stabilized now, so it won't get worse.
I don't care. Whatever glitch you think, other than like the weekend, but because he still needs the 1 heal.
So you guys see the symbol in front of you. It's low. And at first it's like a little golden bottle. But as that happens, as you heal, you feel a rumbling. The symbol changes. The little symbol that you would see is grayed out. Like there's no like visible item. But above that, you see a little red and gray scroll.
Hmm.
You guys have triggered a mini boss fight.
My bad.
It's okay.
Just trying to keep Esteban alive.
Oh.
Well,
You guys advance through. As you heal Esteban, his 2 fingers reattach. And it's still mostly blackened everywhere, but you can start to see like their face and their necks clearing up. Some of their skin on their arms and legs have cleared up a little bit here and there. Even their clothes have restored a little bit.
oh, how about that?
From someone who got burned alive to death, it sucks.
Lydia says also covered in 3rd-degree burns right now from the attack.
Yeah.
You both are just very badly burnt right now.
Eris is all right.
Eris is all right.
Right.
Eris only took like a little bit of their bats blistered a little bit, but
How about that?
I have a healing salve right here made from sweetgrass, rose hip oil, spruce sap, beeswax, and essential oils. Come here and I'll fix it for you. I made
very
it
nice.
myself.
Ooh,
Nice.
pretty cool.
But yeah, as you guys kind of compose yourself and you enter the next area, you are in a circular room. There's no door on either side. There's 2 big pillars on either side of the room. It's about a 30-foot diameter circle of a room. Each of the pillars have blue flame on top. And as you enter the room, the door behind you shuts. And a very familiar shape forms as the Minotaur forms. With the battle axe over his shoulder. Well, I helped you guys out. It's been a while since I had a challenge down here after everything went to hell. Let's see how good you are. And that's where we are going to end tonight's session. As you guys get to battle against the Minotaur from the Labyrinth. It's going to be great.
I thought we were friends.
Yay!
Yeah, seriously, he was our
Yay.
buddy.
It's an actual encounter. He'll just show up early sometimes and want to fight you before you get to the boss battle. It's like, you know what? Let's just spar. So with that,
Roll for homies. And
Yep.
make him our friend.
yeah, you summoned him. He showed up and helped you. Now he just wants to spar. It'll be fine.
I'm fine.
Yeah. I'm not.
We have 1 person with 3 harm, 1
Hey,
person with 2 harm.
And when Knots comes back, you'll have a person that's fully fine. So it might be
All right,
okay.
Got 1 harm.
But with that,
So we got 3, 2, 1, 0 harm.
yeah, it'd be
next
great.
session.
And remember, you can always spend luck to avoid harm. It's just,
right, that's a thing.
yeah, so you can spend your luck. It's just hard to get it back. And once you run out of luck, I get free reign to react however.
Exactly.
Oh.
So it's you can start using it slowly as you go if you need to. If you don't take that much damage in one hit, it might be useful. So just keep that in mind. But that is it for tonight's session. We'll be back in 2 weeks. Before we end, why don't we go around if anyone has anything they want to plug, tell everyone where they can find you on the interwebs. And we'll start reverse order. So Halloween.
That's me. I'm Halloween Shide. I am at 11 Halloween 22 on just about anything you can find me on. I am most active right now on my Instagram because I've been watching the back and forth stuff with the TikToks and Concern. So not really making as much there, but you can find my Instagram. I usually post stories and like I've been posting some cosplays. I'm going to a convention this weekend, so you'll get to see some of my cosplays there.
Awesome. Sounds great. Miguel.
Hey, howdy, and what's up, everybody? Good night. I have been the internet's Miguel Clásico. My pronouns are they, he. You can find me wherever social medias are sold at Miguel_Clásico, or if you're Blue Sky and TikTok, there's no underscore. I'm also mostly active on Instagram, mostly because I post pictures of my dogs and food that I like to eat, mostly Indian food and Mexican. So if you're into that sort of thing, and or if you're in the Kansas City area and want to play a TTRPG in person, hit me up. I cook.
Kansas City's not that far from us, Halloween. We need to eat
Yeah,
some
seriously,
food.
Kansas City, that's
Can make
what,
that
not
in a
even a
day.
10-hour drive from where we live or where I live. So you drive to me and then we drive 10 hours. And we're
I've
crashing
driven
at
to
Miguel's.
Indianapolis for a wedding before, so just saying.
That's where Halloween's in that area.
Yep.
So yeah, so the three of us are into some Mexican food. We'll send some up to Canada for you.
We'll fly you
Jeff.
down.
We'll figure it out. We'll figure out getting knots there too. It'll be great.
Perfect. Perfect.
We'll all meet in St. Louis or Chicago.
Yeah,
or something.
it'll be fine. Awesome.
My passport's on the way.
Hey,
But
there you go.
speaking of Jet,
Yeah, what up? I'm Jet, also known as Cos Pingu, on all socials. Ha 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 ha. You can find me here every other week, or not this week, but next week I will continue my guesting spot on New Rollis, which is on Dice and Autism's Twitch channel. I was supposed to be there tomorrow, but life happens and work, so I'll be missing it. But yeah, that's me.
awesome. And I, of course, am Paige, aka Pluto Cleric, everywhere on the interweb. I am a queer, trans, non-binary streamer and game master on quests around every game in the known universe. And with that in mind, NetSuite's games I have over on Artlight Quartz Twitch on Monday. I will be in another episode of Power Ranger Arcanites as Frankie Oliver, the Silver Arcanite Ranger, as we face off with Alec's character's evil Power Ranger form that's somehow come from an alternate timeline to try to kill us. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. We'll be fine. That's at 9 p.m. Eastern. And then on this channel, the rotating game on Tuesdays is Power Rangers Very Arcana Force, same time as this one, 10 p.m. Eastern, where I run a Power Rangers game that meets the Fate Court as King Oberon versus Queen Titania takes over for the grid. And last episode ended with the monster going big, so you know what that means. It's going to be Zord time next week for our Rangers for the first time. It's going to be great. And then the next edition of Pluto Plays, my one-shot series, starts next week. Next Friday night at 9 p.m. Eastern, I'll be running an Avatar The Last Airbender one-shot, featuring Gizmos Aplenty, Captain Charmy, and Discount Bard. So tune in for that. It'll be a great time. The character I'm going to be primarily role-playing for this is going to be great. It's my favorite character from the original cartoon. It's going to be a great time, guys. Tune in for that. And then if you want to test out Daggerheart, I do have an open call form on my Twitter right now. I'm going to be running a campaign, 3 or 4 one-shots live on here on Twitch, and then whoever's left that wants to still test out the game, we're going to make a channel, and we're going to have offline games whenever I have the time. So if you just want to play, even without the pressure of streaming, let's try this game out and break it as much as we can and see if we can come out with something even better when it's fully released. But that is it for tonight. We will see you guys all next time, and have a good night.